Colorado takes on Delaware tomorrow. 23.5 point favorites. Delaware took on Delaware State and Deshaun Jackson last week in a closer game than some might expect. But now Colorado bouncing back from Georgia Tech this week looks to really take it to Delaware. What are Colorado's keys to victory against Delaware? Matt, let's start on offense.
Running the football, okay? And I understand that people are like fired up about this, but again, remove your individual love for someone that's being criticized and just listen to what we're saying. I don't really want to see do I want to see Juju? Yeah, I want to see Juju. That'd be awesome. But I also want to see this team improve in the areas they need to improve in order to win Big 12 games. Mm-hmm. And I think Delaware is going to give us a way bigger push than we think. I think they're going to come in fired up and play really hard. Now, we should beat the hell out of them. 24 points is a lot.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of teams that were underdogs week one give home Power 4 teams a fucking run for their money.
Yeah.
So, just understand that you're not playing a chump team. You're playing a good football team that has good players, but you're way better in every aspect, and you should act like it. But just who are we offensively? Who are we? Because it's a lot of talk and a lot of talk about last week still. And, Coach Prime Seat's fired up, and his speech to the team seems like, he's begging them to do the things he's asking them to do, and they're not doing them. So, that's at some point, if they're not listening, we either have to get new players or a new message, and the message isn't going to change. So maybe the players need to change. And that's what he's saying. Like, if you don't play well, if you don't practice well, you're not going to play. And
yeah,
good. I mean, that's the way it used to be when I was up there. If you didn't take it seriously and do your job, you would not get on the field, and the guy behind you, who is also an NFL player, would. So that's just the way it works.
100%. I think Colorado needs to establish identity on offense, like you said, Matt, run the football, or really put some intention running the football, not just do it for a drive and go away from it for almost a quarter. Caden Salter, I expect to get more comfortable, look more comfortable in the Colorado offense. Hopefully they design some more quarterback runs for him and allow him to thrive and really not just scramble around there for 13 carries. Michael Welch, I hope they give more than 11 carries. I expect him to pick up where he left off last week. I look to hit the Kalen Taylor out of the backfield a little bit in the screen game. We certainly saw him out of the backfield catching some passes last week, but I want to see more of that. And then, that's what I look to see. Keys to victory for Colorado on offense. Matt, let's move to the defensive side of the ball. What do you look to see from Colorado on defense? Keys to victory.
You should be wanting to pitch a shutout.
Seriously, yeah.
Facts. The defensive line, after watching the game again, wow, we got beat up. Like, I thought we got beat up when I watched it the first time. You go back and watch it the second time, and you're like, holy shit, we got fucking ran through.
Yeah.
So we got beat up real bad up front in the linebackers. And I just questioned physicality, period.
Yeah.
The worst thing as a football player you can ever be called is soft. And we look soft. We look soft inside with look. The Swain kid, the rookie, technique.
Swain, yeah.
That's some bitch is a player. Like, we need to make sure he doesn't go to the transfer portal and get plucked, because he's a freshman starter, and I think he's got a real high ceiling. Now he's a rookie, and he can have a great play where he's getting a sack or a pressure, and then the next play he's getting blown off the ball 5 yards. So there needs to be some consistency. But I'm telling you, he showed more fast twitch, inside move ability, and the ability to really disrupt than either of, Branch or Odis or any of those guys. The bigger defensive linemen that are lumberers, they're just offensive linemen that are out of position. Let's be real. I'm sorry, but Branch and Odis are better at guard than they do at 3 technique and nose. Swain may be undersized a little bit, but he is fast twitch and can really put some pressure on the gaps, and that's what they're looking for in this defense. So I think that rookie will really set the tone up front. And then Arden Walker, you had a good game last week, but we need you to have We need you to be the game changer on this field every week. Like if somebody needs to make a play, who's going to step up on this team when it's time to make a play and start making plays instead of looking around the huddle or looking around the field and going, well, he'll do it. I can just do my job. Doing your job gets you on the field. Making plays keeps you on the field. So it's important that we figure that out. Who can we lean on? Who's really our leader out there? And interior defensive line, you got a choice to make, bro. Because if I'm Delaware or any team, I know exactly what I'm doing to see you.
Bingo. And Brandon Davis Swain, redshirt freshman, looking forward to seeing him at that 3 technique position. Matt's certainly optimistic. It's interesting note, going back to Jaheim Otis, actually, he had an interception in Colorado practice this week. Matt, I don't know if you saw this. Take a look. I know you don't take much away from it, but
who gives a shit? Yeah, good for you. Who cares?
Yeah,
go do it in the game, bro. Practice. It ain't about training camp practice no more. It ain't about practice no more. It's practice is the primer. You got to go perform in games. Go get a pick in the game, and I'll get excited. I don't give a shit what they do in practice, other than practice hard and do their jobs. But we don't get any stat points for that. So, whoopee.
What are your expectations for Caden Salter, and then when do you expect to see Julian Lewis?
I wish Julian was just starting.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's productive to rotate quarterbacks just to appease one of them.
Me neither, personally. I agree.
Just to appease one of them. I don't think it's productive to rotate quarterbacks just to appease one. And they're not playing Juju to help the running game. They're not playing Juju to do anything but play Juju and feed the masses something to distract them from the real problems that are going on offensively. And I said that yesterday, and I believe it wholeheartedly. I think that, and honestly, if I'm Juju, I'm like, well, why am I being used why are you telling everybody I'm going to play? What is the point of telling everyone your game plan? Why? Why is it that Colorado can't stop leaking what they're doing to people? I know you're recording everything, but you also release everything. So just because you record it doesn't mean you have to hit send. Can we fucking stop telling everybody what we're going to do 6 days beforehand so they can get prepared for it? It's ridiculous. So I hope he plays well. I mean, I want the kid to be our starter for God's sakes. I hope he plays well and stays here for a long time. And, he's one of the best quarterbacks we've had in the program history. But at the same time, bro, I think that it's a little bit of a appreciate it, Bob.
Bobby Sterling. Matt keeps speaking the truth and being honest with the fans. Shout out to you, Bobby, for donating.
Amen, brother. I think it's kind of a gimmick and a way to distract people from the fact that, well, if Juju's in, I want to see him throw the ball, so fuck running. If Juju's in, I want to see him throw it all over the field, so I guess we don't really have to run the ball. Mm-hmm. How much you want to bet that the leading rusher doesn't have more than 20 carries? How much you want to bet that the leading running back doesn't have more than 20 carries?
Oh, man, 20 carries, a tall
20 carries with one back.
I have a question before we debate this. When's the last back at Colorado that you can think of in the last 10 years that's had 20 carries? I mean, besides
Rodney Stewart? I don't know.
No, okay, maybe last in the coach primary. Any running back had 20 carries and
no, bro. They don't do that.
That's my point. So I'm like, do I really want to make? I don't want to bet on something I don't think will happen. They should do that. Matt, if we saw 20 carries from Welch and then you saw something from Taylor out of the backfield, more than 4 catches.
Why not 20 carries from Welch and 10 carries for Taylor and 10 carries for fucking Price? And
the more the better. Yes,
10 carries for Salter. That's 50 carries right there, and then controlling the game and throw the ball 20 times. That's 70 plays and mop up and get off the field. What the fuck are we talking about? The more that we throw in completions and keep the game dragging on 0-0 or whatever, the more apt we are to getting upset. So, again, I'm not trying to just play Juju to play Juju. There needs to be a plan, and I'm sure there is. I'm just not sure it's a good one.
Good point, Matt. Good point. Question from Steve Roska. Do you think Salter lost the starting job? Personally, I don't think so.
I don't think he lost it, but I don't ever think he earned it. I think the only reason he's the starter is because he's a fifth-year senior, and that is not a good reason to be the starter.
That's a very fair point, Matt. It's
So if Juju's a bit like if Juju goes in and starts lacing the ball around the field, I'm sorry, but it's time to build the offense around him. And Salter can stay on the sideline and hold the clipboard. This isn't like the everybody gets to play league. We're not in Hobbytown, Colorado, down here in Highlands Ranch where everybody gets a blue ribbon. For real.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if Juju's a better player, like we've been talking about, that if he's better and he's younger and he's the future, why are we sitting here talking about the present with a guy who's not going to help us?
Seriously.
Like, I'm sorry, it's what it is, but Juju can turn around and hand the ball off. In fact, if he is the quarterback we think he is, he would probably prosper with a running game behind him. But again, I feel very redundant and almost stupid to keep talking about this, but this is the way I think football should be played. If we don't figure out how to be physical up front and go run the football, and it starts with the play calling, period, and that starts with the head man to go get on the play caller, he works for you, then none of this fucking matters. And it just turns into more 500 ball and trying to do things that might work against Delaware, but that shit's not going to work against good football teams down the road. Come on.
Good point.